So now I'm going to present the solution. Okay, I have here Sublime Text as my text editor, and this is my terminal to test my program. Okay, so I have three files here. Okay. I have three files. The main CPP, the main function is there, and reservation. Don't worry about this reservation copy, it's just a copy. You can remove it to the trash. So I only have three problems. Okay. Main CPP and reservation edge. Okay. And helper's edge. The helper's edge is just some utility functions that I've created to make my life easier. But the main files are main CPP and reservation edge. Okay. The reservation edge is a header where I compose my class. Okay. So as I told before, this is in our program. Okay, will be included. So I will include IOStream, I will include stream, and I will include vector, and also I will include the helper.h. Okay. So before first I will create a namespace. Okay. So to make sure that when I call this, when I create this class and all these methods, it will not be a repetition of somebody else's work. So I create my own namespace, okay, which is HOTRES for hotel reservation. And inside this namespace, I created my class, okay, reservation, and two functions. This one is an overloaded OStream, so I can print it directly from cout. And the other one is an in function called process, which will do the heavy lifting of the. It is outside the class, but it will do the heavy lifting of all these menus and everything. I will explain later. Okay. Now in the class, I have these private members, okay, private fields, okay, and first I have the constants. Minimum age will be the minimum age of the customer. Like they say that I cannot accept customers with age 17 or less. So this one will define the minimum age, okay? Now I have also a constant DP rate, okay? The percent rate of the down payment, I think it's 40%, let's see later. And then I have an array daily rates, okay? Which is what is defined in the problem, okay? There is a set of rates that we can use, okay? Now, here are my fields. Of course, there's a name, the customer's name, the age of the customer. I have this special field that I will use later, although it is not required in the problem. No, this is required. Guest number is required. It is the number of reservation, the number of guest reservation. Then days is the number of days to reserve. Total pay is the total reservation. Down pay is the down payment to be paid and the balance pay is the balance amount for payment. Now this is the one that is not included in the problem, but I will use it. Actually, it's very important in reservation and any kind of receipt. This is the reservation number. Okay, it's just a short integer. Okay. Now I have a private method that calculates all payments. This one, calc payments. Okay, it receives nothing but a void. Okay, and it will also will not return anything. It's just a void function. Okay, but what it will do is to update the fields total pay, down payment pay, and balance pay. Okay. Now my public is of course my default constructor that receives nothing, and my complete constructor which received a string, an int, another int, double, and short. So we will explain that later. So that is the constructor, and I have this set of setters, set name, set age, set guest number, and set dates, and set rest number. Okay, and I have these getters. Get name, get age, get guest number, get days, and guest number. Now I have two, as I mentioned before, I have two print function. The first one is the overloading of the outstream operator, so I can print the class directly from cout. And the other one is the int process. So this is our driver program, and it will do all the heavy lifting of our whole program, not only the class. I think friend is discussed on the module. I don't remember now, but friend is a decoration in which when we put it on front of a function, that means this function can access the class, although it does not belong to the class. Okay. So here we define the constant. Minimum age is 18. So as I told you before, the down payment rate is 40%, and the daily rates are 1,000 for one guest, 1,800 for two guests, 2,700 for three guests, for four it's 3,600, and for five and more it's 4,500. Okay. Now we define the default reservation constructor by just inheriting the complete constructor and give it just blank and zero values. Okay, that's not unusual. It's a normal way to do it. But here I put zero. Okay. Now the complete constructor will receive a string, name, integer age, integer guess number, integer days, double days, and short reservation number. So what it just do is set the name, set the age, set the guest number, etc., etc. Alright, and then finally, when it already sets all set guest number, okay, set guest number will do with the same with the guest number. So it just pass it to this guest number. But also it will do the calculation, because when we change the guest number, the value of the payment will change. So it will not only assign it to guest, but it will also calculate the payment. Same as set days. It will assign the They are the parameter to these days, but we'll also do the calculation. Okay. Um, Set rest number is just the normal setter. Okay, and all our getters will be just normal getters. Okay. Now this is our calc payment function, our special private function. It will calculate the payments, the total payment, the down payment, and the balance payment. So we begin with this ternary operator. So it assigns to I if the days that is given, if the days is greater than 5, then it assigns 4 to I. But if it is not, we assign days minus 1. Okay? This is actually these days, but if we don't put anything, it will understand it as the field days. Okay, so nothing wrong with this. This I we will use as an index to where is it? This daily rates array. Okay. So where are we now? Okay. Now the total pay we calculate as this days times the reservation daily rate or the index I. Okay. Then we calculate the down payment as this total day times the reservation rate of DP rate, which we set as 40%. Okay. And then the balance we just subtracted. So this is a very simple calculation. And then we have this O stream, okay? So we can print the class directly with cout. So as I told you, this is slightly different, okay? But it gives all the information. We just have this reservation number. It's a different approach, but I just put this reservation number. It will be important when we go to our driver program. So that's it. Now let's go to our driver program called process. Okay. The driver program, we first declare a vector of the reservation class, but this one is a vector of a pointer to the reservation class. Okay. So we call that variable reservoir. And we also introduce this integer Rn, which stands for reservation number. Okay. Now we have this function, this lambda function, in which it returns true or false. This is a boolean. Okay. Now function process, post function process, and it is able to change it because this is an ampersand, and it receives a string. Okay, we will be able to use this later. Okay, so it just as if the string that is given by the user is a valid rest number. So I hope you already understand this. Okay. Now, for the menu, we use the do loop. Okay. So we have this do loop. We have these choices. Number one choices is create a new reservation. 2 is to cancel an existing reservation. 3 is to extend an existing reservation. 4 to print the existing reservation. And Q to exit the program. Okay? Select the number of the actions you want to do. So this is just a normal menu operation. Okay? So now, if it answers 1, meaning create a new reservation, okay? Uh, we declare these variables, and then we ask the user for his name. Then his name, we capture first, then we capture it into this name variable, and then uh, we ask him for his age, and we capture that in this age variable, and so on and so forth. Okay. At the end, so we need also the number of gays and the number of gas and the number of gays. Okay. At the end, okay, pushback is a method of a vector to put a new element at the back of the vector. So this vector pushback, and we give it a pointer. We create a pointer. So with the new, we create a pointer to a new reservation with these parameters. Okay. So this is what we have now. Okay. Then we give him this statement that your reservation is successful. Okay. So, and then we ask him to return to the main menu. Okay. Now, if the answer is greater than 1 but less than 4, because 4 is the exit the program. So, less than or equal to 4. So 4 is what? 4 is print the existing reservation. Okay? So if that is the case, we ask him for the reservation number. We just don't print it at once, or we don't just cancel it at once, or we just don't extend it at once. We must know the reservation number. Okay? So that reservation number will be accepted as a string, and then we test if it is a valid reservation number. So that's why we have this lambda to test it. Okay. So if it is invalid, we say to him that it's an invalid number. Goodbye, and we go back to the main menu. Okay. If it is not if it is valid, okay, if it is valid, then we go to this. If the answer is 2, we delete the element of the reservation number given, okay? And then we, after deleting, we assign it to a null pointer. And then we said, okay, it is cancelled. If it is 3, okay, we want to extend it. So we ask him for the number of days to extend, okay? And then we assign that new extension. We set it old plus text, okay? Then we tell him that the reservation is successfully extended, okay? Else means it is 4, okay? We just print it, okay? Remember that we set it up so we can directly call cout for our reservation object. Our reservation object is this. We put the referencing operator because as we discussed before, the vector is a vector of pointer to a reservation. Now, okay, that's it. We go back to the main menu. But if he answers Q or capital Q, we just break up the loop and then the program ends. So this is how I do it. And then in the main menu, normally main menu will be very short. All main menu should be short, okay? We just include the reservation class so we can have the access to the hotel reservation. Then we remember that the process will also return an int. So whatever it returns here will be returned by our main function. So it's return, this is the namespace, and this is the program. So return hot press process, and it goes you back to this main menu. So let's test it. Okay, let's test it. Let's compile it. Okay, no problem. And then we run it. Okay. So when we run it, it gives us this beautiful menu. Now we create a new reservation. Okay, we choose one. Please enter my name. My name is Roman Villaka. Please enter my age. Should I? Okay, I'm 55. Please enter the number of guests. So I have my wife and 2 kids, so 4. And then enter the number of days to reserve. So let's say for 1 week, 7 days. Okay. Now the reservation has been registered successfully, and the registration number is 231. Okay. So we go back to the main menu. Now, if I want to create another one, okay, say Juan de la Cruz, okay, and then his age is 26. Or for example, his age is 6. Okay, so cannot accept it. Go back to the main menu. So let's create another one. So just Juan de la Cruz again. Now let's have his age as 26. Now it accepts. The number of guests is say 5, and then 10 days. Okay. So press main menu to continue. Okay. Remember the reservation number. Mine is 2023-1 and Juan de la Cruz is 2023-2. Let's have another one. Maria Abra, for example, is 25, I think. Number of guests is 5, and number days to receive is 12. Okay. Now we go back. Of course, suppose we want to cancel Juan de la Cruz, okay? So we choose 2. So we have 2023 dash, what is him? I think dash 4. No, it's invalid. So I think dash 2. Okay, cancel 2023 dash 2. Okay. So now it is cancelled. If we try to print it for 2023 dash 2, that's invalid. Okay, but we want to print. For example, we want to print my reservation 1. So now the reservation is like this, okay? Now, for example, I want it to be 3 days more. So I will have a total of 10 instead of 7. So I want to extend, I will put 3, 2023 dash, if I can spell dash, okay. So I will expand to 3 days more. Okay. So it becomes 7, from 7 to 10. Okay. So now when I want to print it again, dash 4, dash 1, now it becomes 10 days. So that is it. I want to quit. Okay, that is now, I'm quitting the program. It should go back to the system. So that's it. So later I will say goodbye, but for now I want to say goodbye.